like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where I bring on business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Danielle Ichelson on the line. She's the owner of Dental Accounts at Ease. Danielle, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm excited to get more into what you're doing over at Dental Accounts at Ease. But before we do that, let's just get a little bit more into your background. So how'd you get started in business?
You know, honestly, Adam, it was luck. It was finding my niche within that luck. My stepdad is a dentist, and I was a figure skater before that, and I was coaching figure skating. And unfortunately, my dad had problems in his front office, and that front office actually led him to going out of business. So when he brought me into dental, he really taught me everything, back to even processing x-rays in an old dark room. And from there, I launched my dental career, and I stayed in it, made a lot of connections, and was able to build Dental Accounts at Ease.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So dentistry, I mean, that was essentially the family business. And so you saw a problem, you saw a niche, you fell in love with it, you made your connections, and you built on it. So there's a lot of entrepreneurs or would-be first-time entrepreneurs that are listening to this, and you know they're getting their feet wet in business. What kind of advice would you give them on going the entrepreneurial route?
You know, and I'm going to actually lean back to my skating career on that question, because I was a professional figure skater. I skated professional shows, even skated outside Caesar's Palace here in Las Vegas. And the one thing that skating taught us, and anyone who's an actual athlete that's been one for their whole life can tell you, is, you know, you always finish what you start, and you never give up. And no matter how many times you hit that ice and you fall and you wipe out, you just brush it off and you try again. And I can tell you that business is the same way. Nobody comes out and we're like, bam, $1 million idea. I mean, maybe if you're Amazon, okay, but, you know, really in like something like what I do, which is not the norm, you know, you're going to have trial and error, and I did, and I had multiple times, and there was times for years that I was the only person doing everything, and I was working 16 to 18 hours a day, but I saw the big vision, and then when my youngest son was born, who's autistic, I knew that I had to make Dental Accounts at Ease work. And I just started investing in myself and investing in my company. And I didn't care if I failed. I was just going to keep going. And that's what I've done with Dental Accounts at Ease. And I won't stop until I'm ready to one day hand it to my children or sell it. I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love that, the commitment to it and the transparency. And, hey, you got to work sometimes 16, 17-hour days for as long as it takes to make something happen. So love that part of the story. Danielle, I want to switch it up a bit. I think it's a good transition. Let's talk a little bit more about what you're doing as owner over at Dental Accounts at Ease. So what kind of clients are you helping, and what are you helping them with?
So we have dentists, whether they're specialists like your endodontist, your orthodontist, all the way to general dentists, even our sleep apnea doctors. And what we're doing is we're taking the front office out of the office. We're teaching it to be more of a concierge front office. Let them check in your patient and build that rapport. You know, let them check out that patient and spend that extra minute, you know, treatment planning and getting that sale, because at the end of the day, if you walk into plastic surgery, you walk into dental, we're all a sale. So in order to do that, you have to let that patient know that they're valuable, their treatment's valuable, no matter whether it's one filling or an entire bridge or implant. And so with what we're doing, we're giving the providers that time to take everything that doesn't need to be in the office out and leaving it as a concierge practice. Let us handle your billing. Let us handle your practice management. Let us do your accounting, your SEO, your website design, because we're doing it all. And let your girls in the front do what they're there to do. Build a relationship with the patient and sell the treatment.
No, that's great. That's great. Any comments comments on any trends you're noticing in your industry that you'd like to talk about?
You know, embezzlement is at an all-time high right now. I would tell you that 1 out of every 5 dentists that come on board us, we either find the embezzlement or they have a suspicion of it when they're coming on. And I would say that embezzlement is really taking over, and it's gotten easier in the dental office. It's gotten so easy because our software is not keeping up with all the changes that are going on. It's very easy for someone to erase that payment or switch it as an adjustment because dentists aren't checking their reports. They're not checking their numbers. They're not matching that what they're putting on that ledger is matching their bank account, is matching their QuickBooks. It's all over the place. And, you know, we had a practice in Fontana, California that unfortunately, one of the first things I said to the dentist, but he didn't know me from Adam, was I said, hey, is there a chance of getting embezzled? No, Danielle, never. Wasn't even within 4 months. I was able to prove it, and we're at over 200,000 that we found. You know, and it was something that he didn't even notice. And it's because in dental school, dentists aren't taught business. They're taught to treat the patient, which is what they're supposed to do. But they also need to have that business sense. So if they're not going to have the Heartland or the Comfort Dentals of the world that are going to own a portion of it and run the management side, they really need services like Dental Accounts at Ease because we are their support. We're there to keep their money safe. And I would say that, you know, it's really truly the saddest thing that's going on. We shouldn't have a website like Prospered It that is out there blasting pictures every single day of every account office manager who's getting busted for embezzlement. And that's crazy to think that we're all getting those emails every single day. You know, so there's definitely a growing problem as dentistry continues to inflate all of the U.S.
Wow, that's amazing. I had no idea that was going on. So what do you think the I know you've worked with a lot of dental offices, and you've already named one thing. So they're not keeping their books properly, or they're not let's say a close enough eye on it, right? So embezzlement's taking place. What are some other things that you find when that are taking place before somebody comes into and gets help from you? So what are some of the mistakes that a lot of dental offices are making?
You know, I think that dentists are so worried about turnover. And I'm going to actually even refer to my stepdad. I remember my dad having his team for 15 years. He put one of the girls through hygiene school. He did everything for them. But were they actually good? No. None of them could even read that insurance breakdown you get in the mail. But it was so much about reliability. I always hear from dentists, but I know this girl in the face, and she's reliable. She shows up every day on her 9 to 5. But when are we going to let go of what's reliable and start paying attention to what's really going on in your practice? And that is that your numbers are not correct. You have outstanding insurance. Mr. Smith from 6 months ago, his crown is still not paid. You have patients who are not receiving statements. Most dentists, when I get on the phone with them, and I will tell you probably about 95% of dentists when they're on the phone with me, and I say, what are your current numbers? Oh, I don't know. How bad is your current aging report? So how many claims do you have that are over 30 days old that haven't been paid? Oh, I have no clue. I think the report's like 42 pages. 42 pages, that's a lot of money. That's over $100,000. That could be even $200,000 to $300,000 at that point, depending on what, you know, the claims are. But they're just not understanding what's going on. And the problem with what we do is we're on a time crunch. So everybody who's probably listening has probably seen a benefit come in the mail that says this was denied because it wasn't submitted within a timely manner. And that's what's happening in these offices. So a lot of times they're coming on. We just had one start today. And the first thing we're targeting is everything from 2018 because we're going to hope to recover as much as we can of it. But it's really just not really understanding their business. And no one, even sometimes the managers, you can ask them these questions and they honestly can't answer, but yet they're accepting that $50,000 to $75,000 a year income without having the knowledge to support it.
Great stuff. So Danielle, if somebody's listening to this and they want more information on Dental Accounts at Ease or to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to do that?
So the best way is our website. It's very simple. It is dentalbillingcompany.com. So you can't mess that up. dentalbillingcompany.com, no hyphens or anything. We have a direct chat box. We also, if you go to the contact us, it'll shoot us an email. I do check the email on that particular server every hour.
All right. Well, hey, Danielle, I really appreciate you coming on the show today and telling us more about your background and also your passion for helping the dentists of the world. To the audience, as always, I really hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review, do all those great things we do to support our podcasters. I really do appreciate it. And Danielle, thanks again for coming on.